In this video, I'll show you how to add and subtract mixed fractions in two ways. The first one is by transforming the mixed fractions to improper fractions before performing the operations. And the second one is by adding and subtracting by parts. Now, after watching this video, you will realize that the second method is much more convenient to use than the first one, as illustrated by the following examples. Okay, add or subtract the following. Number 1, we are given 2 and 1/6 plus 3 and 2/3. So, unahin natin yung pag-add ng pagta-transform muna sa fraction into improper fractions, no? So, how do we convert 2 and 1/6? We multiply the whole number by the denominator and then we add the numerator. So, 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13. 13 over 6 plus 3 and 2/3, we have 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2, 11, so that is 11 over 3. And then change this to equivalent fractions with 6 as denominator. So 13 over 6 remains the same. 11 over 3, multiply natin by 2, 22 over 6. And then adding the numerator, we have 35 over 6. Now, if we change this to mixed fractions, 35 divided by 6 is 5, with remainder 5, so that is 5 and 5/6. Okay? So, 5 and 5/6. Now, let us add this by parts this time, no? So, first add natin yung whole numbers. We have 2 plus 3. And then add the fractions 1/6 and 2/3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Convert the fractions to equivalent fractions with 6 as denominator. So 1/6 remains the same. 2/3 becomes multiplied by 2, 4 over 6. And then add everything. We have 5 plus 5 over 6. 4, 5, and 5/6. So kung makikita ninyo, halos pareho lang, no? Now, let us consider the next problem. So let us try this one. Number 2, 26 and 5/9 plus 15 and 2/6. So, unahin uli natin yung pag-transform ng mixed fraction to improper. So, 26 and 5/9, 9 times 26. O, diba? Doon pa lang, mahirap na. Kung gagamitin na natin ng calculator yan, that is 234 plus 5 is 239 over 9 plus 15 times 6 is 90 plus 2 is 92 over 6. And then transform this into equivalent fractions using 18 as denominator. We have multiply to by 2. 239 times 2 is 478. Plus, ito, multiply by 3. 92 times 3 is 276. O yan, napadali yan kasi ginamitan ko yan ng calculator, no? Now, adding the numerators, we have 754 over 18. Now, to change this to mixed fraction, di-divide pa natin yan. 754 divided by 18 is 41 with remainder 8. O, ginamitan ko rin yan ng calculator, no? So, the answer is 41 and 8 over 9. Now, let us try the second method, adding by parts. So, first, we add 26 and 15. And then the fraction parts, we have 5/9 plus 2/6. So 26 plus 15 is 41 plus changing these two fractions to equivalent fractions with 18 as denominator. So, multiply 2 by 2. So, we also multiply 5 by 2. We get 10 over 18. So this one, we multiply to by 3, kaya naging 18. So we multiply also 2 by 3. So this becomes 6. So adding everything, we have 41 plus 16 over 18. Now, 16 over 18 is equivalent to 8 over 9. So adding the whole number in the fraction parts, we have 41 and 8 over 9. Now you see how convenient it is, no? Adding the mixed fractions by parts. So this one is, I think, more convenient, no? So in the previous example, pinakita natin kung gaano ka-convenient yung pag-add ng mixed fractions by parts, no? So this time, papakita naman natin kung paano at anong pinagkaiba ng pag-add at pag-subtract ng mixed fractions at yung mga problemang pwedeng ma-encounter, especially when subtracting mixed fractions. So unahin natin ang addition. So adding this by parts, we have 40 plus 35 plus 9 over 20 plus 4 over 15. Now, 40 plus 35 is 75 plus converting this into equivalent fractions using LCD as a denominator. Ang LCD natin ay 60. So, minultiply ang 20 by 3, kaya naging 60. We also multiply 9 by 3, 27. Ito naman, minultiply ang 15 by 4, kaya naging 60. We also multiply 4 by 4, so we have 16. So, adding everything, we have 75 plus 27 plus 16 is 43 over 60. So, final answer is 75 and 43 over 60. Hindi na natin pwedeng i-reduce yan sa lowest term. Now, let's go to subtraction. So, subtracting this by parts, we have 40 minus 35 plus yung difference ng fractions, 9 over 20 minus 4 over 15. 40 minus 35 is 5. Plus converting this to equivalent fractions with LCD as the denominator. Again, ang LCD natin ay 60. So, minultiply ang 20 by 3. Multiply 9 also by 3. We have 27. Ito by 4. By 4 din. So, 16. So, we have 5 and 27 minus 16 is 11, 5 and 11 over 60. So again, hindi na yan pwedeng i-reduce sa lowest term. So this is our final answer. Okay? So in problem number 3, we have conveniently added and subtracted mixed fractions by parts. So tingnan natin in this particular problem kung magiging smooth pa rin, no? So, unahin natin ang addition. We have 9 and 13 over 20 plus 6 and 4 fifths. So, adding this by parts, we have 9 plus 6 plus the fraction parts, 13 over 20 plus 4 fifths. So, 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. And rewriting these fractions into equivalent fractions with the LCD as the denominator. Ang LCD natin ay 20. So 13 over 20 remains the same. But for 4 fifths, minultiply ito ng 4. Kaya ang 4, multiply din by 4. So magiging 16 over 20. Now adding all together, we have 15 plus 29 over 20. Now, 29 over 20 is an improper fraction. We need to change this to a mixed fraction, no? And 29 over 20 is 1 and 920. Adding 1 and 920 to 15, we get 16 and 9 over 20. Now, tingnan natin ngayon sa subtraction, no? What if we subtract 6 and 4/5 from 9 and 13 over 20? So again, let's do it by parts. We have 9 minus 6 plus 13 over 20 minus 4/5. 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. And then we convert the fractions into equivalent fractions using LCD as the denominator. Ang LCD natin ay 20. So 13 over 20 pa rin to. But this one, 4/5 becomes 16 over 5. Multiply lang by 4. Now, ito na yung problema, no? Can we subtract 16 from 13? Hindi pwede kasi mas malaki si 16. Now, if you know how to add or subtract integers, pwede yon, no? Kaya lang, kung nasa grade 5 pa lang kayo or grade 6, you cannot do that. Baka hindi pa yan naituro sa inyo by this time. So, ano gagawin natin para masubtract ito? Well, para masubtract ang 4/5 sa 13 over 20, we need to borrow 1 from 9. Ibibigay natin kay 13 over 20 para lumaki siya at masubtract natin yung 4/5. So, paano natin gagawin yon? So, erase muna natin to. And I'll show you how to do it. So, first, we rewrite 9 to 8 and 20 over 20. Now, bakit 20 over 20? Kasi 20 ang denominator nito. So, that is equal to 8 and 20 over 20 plus 13 over 20. Then, we add 20 and 13, magiging 8 and 33 over 20 na siya. And then, we subtract 6 and 4/5. O yan, pwede na yan, no? So, again, we subtract the whole numbers, 8 minus 6, and then subtract the fractions separately. So 33 over 20 minus 4/5. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. LCD natin ay 20. So rename the fractions. 33 over 20 remains the same, but 4/5 becomes 16. So 33 minus 16, pwede nang subtract. So that is equivalent to 17 over 20. So what is the final answer? 2 and 17 over 20. And that's it. Okay, so by this time siguro naman nakita nyo na sa pag-add ng mixed fractions ay wala po tayong problema, no? Nagkakaroon tayo ng problema sa subtraction, especially if regrouping is needed. By the way, regrouping po ang tawag pagka nagbabaro kayo ng 1 from the whole number para ibigay doon sa fraction ng minuend para ma-subtract yung fraction ng subtrahend. So let me give you another example. Number 5, 45 and 5/12 minus 10 and 3/4. By the way, before we start, no, it is very important na sa umpisa pa lang malaman nyo na kung kailangan ng regrouping. Paano malalaman yon? Compare nyo yung fractions, no? Kailangan mas malaki ang fraction ni minuend kaysa sa subtrahend. So, is 5/12 greater than 3/4? How do you compare? Di ba we just cross-multiply? Cross-multiply lang. This is 20 and this is 36. In other words, 3/4 is greater than 5/12. O, pinag-aralan nyo na yan, di ba? So, if 3/4 is greater than 5/12, then we need regrouping, no? Kasi mas malaki yung fraction ng subtrahend natin. So, let's do it by regrouping. So, again, we need to rewrite 45 as 44 and 12/12, no? O, bakit 12/12? Kasi 12 ang denominator ng fraction natin. So, i-add natin ang 5 over 12 dyan. So, we get 44 and 17 over 12 na. So, we can now subtract 10 and 3/4 from 45 and 5/12 kasi nag-regroup na tayo. So, subtracting this by parts, we have 44 minus 10 plus 17 over 12 minus 3/4. Now, 44 minus 10 is 34. So, renaming our fractions using LCD as our denominator. Ang LCD natin ay 12. So this is still 17 over 12, but 3/4 becomes 9 over 12, right? And then we subtract the fraction parts. Well, 17 minus 9 is 8 over 12. But 8 over 12 can be reduced to lowest term. Divide both by 4. We have 2/3. So final answer is 34 and 2/3. Okay? Okay, for our finale, I just want to show you na kahit gaano pa karami ang fractions ninyo, or kahit na combination pa yan ng addition and subtraction, pwede nating i-apply yung by parts, no? And how convenient it is, lalo na sa pag-add at pag-subtract ng mixed fractions. So don't ever change your mixed fractions to improper dahil sobrang hirap po nun. Okay, so let's do this. So let us combine the whole numbers. We have 25 plus 10 minus 8. And then we combine the fractions. We have 5, 6 plus 2/3 minus 4/5. 25 plus 10 minus 8 is 35. Minus 8 is 27. Now adding the fraction parts and renaming the fractions by using the LCD as denominator. Ang LCD natin dito ay 30. So 5, 6 becomes 25 over 30. 2/3 becomes 20 over 30, and 4/5 becomes 24 over 30. So combining the fraction parts, we have 25 plus 20 is 45, minus 24 is 21 over 30. But 21 over 30 can still be reduced to lowest term. We can divide both by 3. We have 7 over 10. So what's the final answer? 27 and 7 over 10. You see how convenient it is? Kung yan po ay kinonvert niyo pa sa improper, mamaya pa kayo matatapos.